Yo, what up, friends? This is the voice of Mr. Solution. How are you all doing? How has the trading experience been? All right. So, on today's episode, we'll be looking at risk management as a tool for longevity in trading. But before we proceed, I need you to understand that because of the bulkiness of the subject matter, because of how big it is, this training or this episode will come in form of series. Okay, it will come in series form. We look at what risk management entails, why you should manage risk, and then in subsequent episodes, we look at stop loss placement, and then finally, we consider position sizing. Okay, so before we go ahead, if you're new to my channel, if you're an existing user, okay, but then you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to kindly hit the subscribe button, like the video, share it, and also turn on the notification button because from now henceforth I'll be dropping a lot of cryptocurrency trading concepts so that you don't get to miss any of the videos when it drops. Right, you know, when we started this thing, we just wanted to make it 100% educational. Okay, so whatever we'll be sharing here is 100% educational, no bullshit and no irrelevancies. Okay, so hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification icon so that whenever a new video goes live, you will be notified about it. And also, like I said, if you have any question you want to ask, there is anything that is not clear to you concerning cryptocurrency trading, I encourage you to reach out to me through any of my social media channels. The link will also be at the description section of this video, at the lower section of this video. Okay, so the link will be there. And also, I encourage you to join my community of cryptocurrency traders where we look at trading holistically, share insights, look at analysis and all that. All this link will be left at the lower section of this description section. Okay, so from there you can connect with us. All right, so we look at risk management as a tool for longevity in trading. Okay, so in the course of this class, these are the things you'll be looking at. Firstly, we consider how to make money in the markets. What does it take to make money in the market? How do we make money in the markets? And then secondly, why should you care about managing your risk? Why should you care about risk management? Thirdly, understanding probability. And then finally, we look at different types of risks in the market. All right, so let's forge ahead. Every trading system comprises of three things. We have the technical analysis part, we have the psychology part, and then we have the risk management. But then a profitable trading involves three things. A profitable trading is built on a tripod. I call it a tripod because it consists of just basically three things. We have a sound individual psychology, we have a logical trading system, and then we have a good money management plan. Okay, so this very trading system we are talking about, it also comprises of three things, and these three things, it comprises of technical analysis. And what technical analysis does, it helps you to identify the right market condition to enter and also exit the market. It helps you to know the right place to enter and also helps you to know the right place to exit the market. You also need a thorough mastery of psychology. What psychology does is that it gives you the right mental framework to execute your trade, because no matter how good your analysis are, anything, any slight thing can change the whole setup. Anything can just mess your whole mentality up. Okay, no matter how good your analysis is, if psychologically you are not well balanced, if you're not well balanced psychologically, it's gonna cause a havoc wreck, okay, on your trading. So you need a sound psychology. Okay, you need your psychology to be in its prime state. And then finally, risk management. What risk management does is that it helps you to manage your money. But know that there's a difference between money management and risk management. Risk management, money management is an offshoot of risk management. In other words, risk management is the umbrella, then money management comes under the risk management. Okay, so because the industry we are dealing with, because what we are dealing with, trading is actually one of those human endeavors. Okay, one of those human endeavors that has a tendency of making you a very rich person overnight. And the way it can make you a very rich person overnight is also the way it can make you, it can push you down to the lowest rung of the societal ladder. That is also the way it can make you to become very poor. So because of the tendency that the market has to give you, huge money over time, that's also the tendency it has to take the money from you. So these are the reasons why you need to, know how to manage that money, because money making, money management, and money growth, these three things, you don't handle them the same way. They are different. They are different. There are different ambits to money making. Okay, there are different ambits to money. So you need to know how to carefully apply all these three tenets so that the money you make can be retained, and then the money you retain, you can as well as expand it. Okay, so these are the components of a trading system: TA, psychology, and then risk management. So the problem now arises: why do we need to manage risk? Why do you need to manage risk? Why should you manage your risk? Okay, we manage risk because we are in the business of making money, as I rightly said. And then in order to make money, we have to learn how to manage it. You can't grow what you don't manage. Okay, you can't grow if you don't manage it. You can't grow it. So we are in the business of making money. So you need to know how to manage it so that it doesn't escape from you, so that it doesn't leave your pocket the way it came. Okay, and then ironically, money management is actually one of the overlooked parts of trading. People, so many persons believe that because they are good in analysis, because they've understood how to analyze the market and then determine where it will go, they throw cautions to the wind. They do not know there is also an integral part of that trading, which is on money management and the risk management as well. So they need to understand it thoroughly. We need to understand it thoroughly for us to make money. Okay, many traders they're just so anxious to get into trading with no regards to their total account size. They just go in because maybe they feel they are very good, they've gotten very good with analysis and all that. So they just threw caution to the wind, go in there, and at the end of it, they'll lose everything. Okay. So anytime somebody embarks on a trading without managing his risk, without crossing his T's and dotting his I's, because he feels he's mastered the analysis thing, he just jumps in there without a well-managed risk and all that. When somebody does that, we say that the person is gambling. Okay, so the difference between trading and gambling is that in trading, you calculate your risk. You calculate your risk. You also take cognizance of your reward. That this risk you're embarking, look at the reward. Is it commensurate with the reward you're going to get from it? Okay, so that's what makes trading different from gambling. So anytime someone enters a trade without managing his risk and all that, what the person does is that he's gambling. Okay, so money management and risk management as well is a crucial element of trading the financial market. Okay, especially in these times of volatility. Cryptocurrency is a very volatile market. So that is why it becomes very, very necessary that you learn how to manage your trade, manage your money, and manage your risk as well. Okay, so risk management is also a defensive concept that keeps you in funds. Okay, so that you can trade another time. They say he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. That's also what happens in trading. A trader that manages his money, that manages his risk, he can lose today and then still come back tomorrow, knowing that there is still something to start with. It's very easy for you to build from one than for you to build from zero. Okay, it's easier for you to build from one than for you to build from zero. So what risk management and money management does is that it helps you to build from one in case there is a loss, instead of starting to build from ground zero. Okay, so it's a very crucial element of trading, and you need to be kept abreast of it. Okay, so I just simply define risk management as the practice of identifying potential risk in advance, analyzing them, and also taking precautionary steps to reduce or to curb it. Okay, now another reason why we should manage risk is that there is no guarantee in the markets. I always say that trading is nothing other than a game of probability. It may go in your favor, it may not go in your favor. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that this trade you're embarking on would be very profitable. So that's why you should learn how to manage your risk. Okay. And also, risk management is actually more important than your strategy. Whatever system you're trading, if your risk is not well managed, if you've not, factored in the concept of risk management, you're still going to end up losing the trade. You're still going to end up in losses. Okay, so that's why it's very necessary you learn how to manage your risk. And then your money is limited. Okay. Your money is limited. The money you have in the market is limited, but then the money that the market can take from you is not limited. It's just like pouring salt into an ocean, no matter what quantity of salt you pour in that ocean, it will never make it salt because it's always moving. Okay, you pour it, it dissolves and it washes it off and all that. So that is the way I actually look at it, that the market, the money that the market can take from you is unlimited, but then the money you can put into the market is limited. So this is why you should learn how to manage your risk. Okay, so by managing your risk, you're also limiting how much money the market can take from you. Okay, by managing our risk, we are limiting how much money the market can take from us. And then finally, how much you risk determines how much you make. If you risk big, okay, you earn big. If you risk small, you earn small. So these are the reasons why you should learn how to manage risk, so that you know if the risk you're taking is commensurate with the reward you are looking at getting. Okay, so these are the risks. These are the reasons why risk management matters. All right, like I said earlier, I said that cryptocurrency trading is nothing other than a game of probability, because nothing is cast in stone, nothing is guaranteed. Okay, there's no guarantee that this trade you're entering would end up being profitable. And because I said it's a game of probability, I also liken it to playing a game of dice. You can, this is the dice, the dice here. Okay, so if you look at a dice, it actually has 6 parts to it, and each of these parts it's numbered 1 to 6. You can get one, you might play the first one and get 1, play the second one and get 3, play the third one and get 4. There is no time you can play one time and get 2 numbers at the same time. It's not possible. As long as what you're using is just one seed of the dice, it just, you can only get 1 number. So you can never get 2 numbers at the same time. If you do not get 3, you get 2. If you not get 2, you get 1. If you don't get 1, you get 6. There is no how you can get 2 numbers at the same time. So that is why I also liken it to the game of to the concept of trading generally. There is no time you can win and lose at the same time. No, it's either you win or you lose. It's either it's profitable or it's not profitable. So imagine you have a starting capital of, let's say, $5,000, and then okay, these are the trades you have. You have trade like 1 to 6 times, and then each time the candle prints, each time there's a formation of a candlestick, it means that a particular part of the dice is formed. Okay, so just understand that each time a candlestick is formed, it means a part of a dice, okay, has been shown. Okay, so it could be 1, it could be 2. In other words, a candlestick can end up closing at maybe plus $1, or it could even end up closing at minus $2, you know, that kind of thing. So just understand it. So having that in mind, assuming you have just a starting capital of $5,000, and then you took your first trade, you got 5,000, you've doubled your money. You took the second trade, you showed up 10,000. Okay, you're making profit. You took the third trade, and then you made $15,000. And then you took the fourth trade, you liquidated. If you get 5, you'll be liquidated. If you get 6, you'll be liquidated. So these are the very reasons why it's always very good for you to manage your risk. If you don't manage your risk, this is the kind of result you'll be getting. Okay, if you get 1, you're in profit. Get 2, you're in profit. Get 3, you're in profit. But from 4, 5, and 6, if you get either 4, 5, and 6, you're definitely getting liquidated. So these are the reasons why you should always manage your risk, because it's a game of probability. There is no guarantee that if you keep on playing, you'll be getting 1, 1, or you'll be getting 2. No, even if you keep getting 1, 1, 1, a time will definitely come when you have to get either 4, 5, and 6. Then all your efforts would have gone down the drain. So this is why it's very crucial for you to, learn how to manage your risk, and also understanding that trading is a game of probability. Okay, now I always tell people that it costs more to break even. It costs more to break even. For you to break even, you need to spend more money. Assuming you have a starting capital of, let's say, $200, and then you took a trade and lost 50% of it. That means you're left with $100. For you to break even, for you to get back to your initial capital, you do not need 50%. What you need is 100%. So that's, having this in mind, that is why it becomes very necessary for you to learn how to manage your risk. It costs more to break even. It costs more to get back to your initial capital. Okay, it costs more to get back to your initial capital. So this is why it's very necessary you learn how to manage your risks. Okay. And then finally, we have different types of risk in the market. We have the beta, and then we have the alpha. Now, the beta risk is the risk you take by just buying and holding. People who are in trading, they are doing either of these two things. Either they are buying and holding, or they are buying and selling, constantly buying and selling. In other words, they are trading. Some buy and keep, buy and hold, some buy and trade. Okay. For instance, myself, I constantly buy and sell. I'm constantly trading. Okay. So because I'm constantly trading, what the risk I'm getting involved in is called an alpha risk. But those who buy and keep, who buy and hold, the risk they are getting themselves involved in is called a beta risk. Now, what is this beta risk? I define the beta risk as the risk you take, the risk you take by buying and holding. And then for the more technical definition of it is that it is the risk relative to the index benchmark. This is just the general definition of what beta risk involves. But just know that simply means the risk you take by buying and holding. Now, let's just give a typical example. Let's say you bought a particular coin that is that the cost price is $5. Okay, let me say $1 to say that's $1.2, and then the index is showing you that it has a tendency of moving up to like 10% in the next 1 month or all that. So you're believing that in the next 1 month that this coin must have moved by 10%. So by calculation, when you multiply that 10% by 1.2, that's the price you bought it at. That should be giving you about $12, right? So for the fact that it can move positively 10%, it also means that it can equally drop negatively 10%. It can move up by 10%. It can as well drop by 10%. So that risk you're taking by buying and holding, knowing that it can either go up or drop, that risk is called a beta risk. Now, when it comes to alpha, I simply define the alpha risk as your edge in the market. It measures your performance relative to the beta risk. What do I mean by this? For us who are constantly buying and selling, for us who are constantly trading, what we do is that we buy when it's small and sell, or maybe we sell when it's high and buy when it's low for the futures traders. Now, assuming we are also on that same coin that's selling at $1.2, right? This coin is still selling at $1.2. And then instead of us to wait for that 1 month that we believe that in the next 1 month that is going to go as high as 10%, instead of us to wait for that long. So what we do is that we buy and sell. Maybe we buy at 1.2 and then it goes up 2%, we sell and wait for it to drop back again. It drops back again, we buy again at 1.2. Now wait for it to go back 5%. So at the end of that 1 month, okay, let's say we're able to make 20%. Okay, 20%. Now, when you compare the profit we've made, compare it to the person that just bought and hold, you see that we've made more money. Okay, we've made more money. So the difference between the risk we took and then the risk that the better person took, that's what gives us the alpha risk. Okay, so for the fact that we made more money than the person that bought and hold, that's the person that took the better risk. For the fact that you made more money, that also goes to show that we can as well lose more money than the person. We can, maybe in the course of buying and selling, even lose money. For those of us who are trading futures, you might long thinking that it will go up, but instead of it to go up, it starts dropping. So that is the risk we mean by alpha. Okay, that's the concept of the alpha risk. It's the risk you take by constantly buying and selling, whereas the beta risk is just the risk you take by buying and keeping. And then to round off, I just want us to know that every time you trade, every trading we end in either of these every trade we end in either of these 4 conditions. Okay, either you win big, okay, either you win big or you win small. Okay, if you don't win big, you win small, or you lose big or you lose small. So keep this at the back of your mind every time to know how to properly manage yourself, that if this thing doesn't end well, if this thing doesn't end up profitable, if you could end up being in loss for you. It could end up a losing trade. Okay, so these are the 4 things you need to keep at the back of your mind, and that is how every trade will always end. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope you like the content. I hope you've been educated. I hope you've been enlightened. And then, like I said, this will come in form of series. So hit the subscribe button, like the video, share it till I come your way again. And remember your man, Mr. X to the O to the S to the You to the Sean, Mr. Solution.